Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Makonzi and Friends. I have a lovely guest today. He's a new friend of the show, and I'm so glad to have him here today. He's a model and creative from Mauritius. He's competed in international pageants. Mr. Asia of Asia?
Mr. Asia.
Mr. Asia.
Mr. Asia.
Say Mr. Asia of Africa. And he has placed top 3 in Face of WA. So I'm so excited to have him here today. And he's got different labels, just jack of all trades, master of all.
Yeah, my resume is heavy.
Master of all. He's also been assistant manager.
Assistant manager.
And so today he's a speaker, co-host. I like to call you co-host, not a guest.
I would say I'm more of a person who like to talk. I'm a talker.
Yeah. So guys, tune into Makonzi and Friends. Please stay because we have some valuable opinions, some educational, some just personal opinions. And we really want to dive into the downfall of a man.
Wow. Sounds like a movie title.
Also, I have to tell you that my tagline is, let's get messy.
Let's get messy.
You okay with that?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I love that. How are you feeling today, first of all?
I'll be honest, feeling alive.
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning, I was still breathing, so that is very peaceful and that is very a big thing. So you're gonna think.
Yeah.
You're gonna think and thanks.
Absolutely.
What you have right now, you know.
Yeah.
I feel rich. I got air in my lungs. I'm still breathing comparing to what's happening in the world, around the whole world. People are dying. And right now I feel lucky.
Yeah.
And I feel lucky to be next to you.
Period. I feel like to be next to you
100%.
too. Cheers to that. So obviously you told the people who you are. I've introduced you and everything, right?
Okay.
But I'm doing something different for the first time.
Okay.
I want you to introduce this topic.
Okay. Based on what we're going to discuss today is like mental health. And let's say the majority of men facing mental issue is major.
Yeah.
You know, and those kind of burden, those kind of heavy weight does impact your shoulder and your back, where drag men down, and it took them a lot of time to get up. And in the process of getting up, they're missing their places in the daily life race. So this is why sometimes you get men who are able to come out, to crawl out of the darkness, crawl out of the shallow water, to crawl out from the deep water to the shallow water, and some just sink inside, you know. So
absolutely.
I was part of that group of men where I was facing a lot of issues, but I had a good lawyer. That lawyer turned water into wine.
I need to know what these issues are very soon.
100%.
But I think it's also very important to establish the why,
100%.
right?
You should always ask yourself.
Because it's like,
why?
What are we trying to get to? Are we just yapping over here, or why do we need to discuss this?
No.
Or
the reason why I'm sitting next to you is like I want to share my part of story, where I've been the villain and I've been the hero of my story. I've been my script writer and I've been my storyteller of my script.
That's deep.
Of my story, you know. So no, that is deep because some people don't really understand what is going on in their own story, and they don't understand, okay, what kind of character I need to play. So once you understand and you select what you want to be, you're going to nail your story.
So when would you say you actually discovered what kind of character you need to be, or what kind of character you are?
You need to fall down first. You need to fall so that you
How
understand.
How many times though?
100%.
Because I feel
like falling is let's say part of my daily exercise. So I like to fall.
Yeah.
But I like to fall. Now, before, when I used to fall my face on the ground. Now when I fall, I protect my face. So you see, I've learned something from it.
Yeah, because in life you're always gonna fall,
no matter
right?
what you do.
Yeah.
100%. No matter what, you're gonna fall.
You are gonna fall, but it's how you fall. You're going down, you protect
It's
yourself.
100%. It depends how you fall. If you fall your face on the ground, you're gonna F your face.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
gonna broke your nose, broke your lips, broke everything you have on your face. But falling is more like an art. You should know how to fall. The moment you know how to fall down,
This is therapy for me.
100%. So sometimes that's the same. Sometimes you gotta have to voice what's inside you, you know, so that people are watching or you understand the falling part. You know, so I've seen a lot of people falling down, but they can't even get up.
Yeah.
I'll fall down too. But I had a mindset before falling. It was like, hey, look, I'm gonna fall down. How I'm gonna do it? That's one. How I'm gonna wake up. How I'm gonna collect everything together, and how I'm gonna like stand up.
Yeah, and I think it actually takes people so much longer to establish who they are, because in our minds we're telling ourselves, I don't ever want to fall. I never want to fall again. I never want to be in that situation.
That's the worst part of it.
So then it takes you 20 years.
That's
right?
the worst
Whereas
part of it.
if within 2 years, 18 years ago, if you realize that I'm going to fall, but it depends on how I fall. So you save yourself so much more time.
That's the thing. When you took 20 years to understand the falling part, where you could put everything together, suffer a bit more instead of suffering for 20 years, like make it like a payment plan.
You're avoiding,
Dude, just do the suffering in 2 years. And the 18 years, you'll be better.
See,
so that's...
I know a few things about suffering for women, but today we're going to focus on you guys.
100%. I'll be honest, there is a big difference between women suffering and men suffering.
Yeah.
You know? Not being I'm not discriminating anything, but I'm going to talk as a man because I'm a man. And I've got so many friends that been telling me their stories of how they fall, but they can't crawl out. Whereas I've been telling them my stories where I crawl out of it.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, dude, I want to be like you. I was like, that's the biggest mistake. You don't have to be like me. You have to be yourself.
Yeah.
Why would you be like me? You have to be yourself.
Yeah.
For example, if your name is James, James, you're going to have to be James in 5 years older.
Exactly.
How you see yourself. So yesterday I was training in the gym. I was training. The way I train and the way different people train in the gym is different. I don't train in the gym to build muscle.
What are you training then?
I don't train to be a bodybuilder. I train to remove my rage.
Do you let the screams out though?
100%. I have rage. What I mean? Everybody has rage. But the strongest part is where and how you control it.
I want to ask you, like, what did it take you? What did it take for you to understand where your rage was coming from? But we're going to get there later because today we're really going to go deep. We're going to go from childhood,
100%. Let's dig in the past.
Everything. Because I think it's really important to start from the foundation. Of everything. But before we actually do that, we have a rapid fire questions.
Let's shoot. I love this part.
Yes, just to have everything up. So basically, we have our amazing producer.
100%.
We have our amazing producer, Austin, and he's going to ask us some rapid fire questions. And it's really for you because you are the man here. However, I got opinions too. So let's see.
All right, shoot.
We can do whenever you're ready, Austin.
Okay, first question. Do men stay quiet about their feelings to protect themselves or to avoid accountability?
Both. I would say it's 50-50. I would say men are not weak. You're going to have to understand something. Being silent doesn't mean it's weak. Being silent is I'm fighting my own demon inside. Means like whatever I'm fighting inside. Sometimes. Like again, when those questions are applying to me, I'm taking I'm talking about my opinion. Okay. So I would say, yes, some men stay quiet because they don't know how to crawl out, or they don't know how to talk, or they never had a best friend to talk to.
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes they close themselves.
Yeah, personally, with this specific question, I would say it's even higher. What's the other one? Accountability?
Yeah, protecting themselves or avoiding accountability.
100%.
I would say it's more protecting themselves, because with women, I do always say, and like my girlfriend sometimes don't like this, I will say women and accountability. So one thing I do appreciate about men, you guys can be like, okay,
whatever.
I did that. Like, you know what I mean? I did that. It's all right.
It's all right.
You know what I mean?
So
he might repeat it. A man might repeat doing the same thing, but he'll say, it's cool. So I definitely do think it's probably like 60-40. So I agree with you.
Yeah.
Do men confuse being respected with being feared?
I would say for men, again, men prefer to have the respect. Respect in terms of relationship, respect in terms of friendship, respect in terms of being in a society. And for us, it's that respect part, that mentality come from old school. Warriors, Roman fighters, gladiators.
And I think sometimes men actually would prefer respect over love.
100%.
Right? And it took me a little bit longer to realize that.
It is a fact where a man rather stay with a woman who respects him than stay with a woman that loves him and there's no respect, which is part of my story as well.
And how can you actually, for me personally, I don't know about other women, but how can you love someone and not respect them? How does that actually happen when you say, I love him so much?
Because those people are selfish.
So you think they love themselves more? They don't love you?
Yes. They put themselves first. Love is not putting yourself. Love is sacrificing.
So that means they don't love you then?
They don't love you.
Okay.
If you're sacrificing something, and if you're working hard on something and working hard to provide, to be the provider, and the person receiving what you're providing does not appreciate and doesn't respect what you're doing, there is no love.
I think for me, I always like growing up, I was like, love. But the older I get now, I'm pushing 30.
That's
I'm 27. I'm just going to officially say it. So the older I get now, I respect, like, you have to respect me.
That's maturity.
Like, that's what I want.
That's maturity.
But when I was younger, I was like,
yeah.
I'm in love.
That's the thing. The more younger you are, the more protected you want to be protected. And the more you grow up, you don't want to be protected, you want to protect. So that's the two things.
Absolutely.
Is male emotional restraint strength, or is it avoidance dressed up as discipline?
I would say you turn a man into a weapon. Those situations turn a man into a weapon.
I think a lot of times it's avoidant.
Avoidance.
Yeah.
How strong you are to avoid.
Yeah.
Again, you turn yourself into a weapon. You don't use it, but you know you're a weapon.
Yeah,
so
but
that is the best and the worst part of it.
Yeah.
The best part is like you got self-control. The worst part is like your society start
people
teasing
around you, whether it's your wife, your children, they want to see you.
They want to see that
want
weapon out.
Exactly.
But you don't want to see that.
But you just avoid. So I
Trying to avoid.
think men are actually professional avoidance.
100%.
I don't know if you've ever like dated someone or had a friend who like you could be communicating something with them. I don't know what's happening in their life, right? And they're just, okay.
Yeah.
Like, but it could be something important.
Like,
it's not
whatever.
like, okay, no worries. Like,
no worries.
Or the type of person, I think men also do the silent treatment more towards women or towards their families.
We come back to the respect. If men start speaking, their opinions is not being respected. So why would I spend my time? Why would I spend my energy telling you what I need, telling you what my opinion is, when at the end of the day, my opinion is not even taken for granted?
Sometimes you guys drag it though.
Not everyone.
Sometimes men are still avoidant, even though they're not being disrespected.
100%.
I think naturally men are more
They are
avoidant than...
Yeah.
You said it.
Yeah,
I didn't say
no, 100%. I said it. They're a bully. Because that's the thing.
Yeah.
there is two kind of men. Both are suffering. Both are healed. One is, I've suffered. I'm not gonna let the other person suffer.
Okay.
I'm gonna help. And the other one would be, that would be A. The B would be, now I've suffered, you gotta suffer too. So there's two kind of character we're dealing. So based on my opinion, there's two kind of personality that men carry.
Yeah.
A helper
But
or
more
a
the
bully.
avoidant.
It's up to you.
And then our last one. Give us a deep one.
All right, shoot one.
Do men downplay their pain because acknowledging it would force change?
Yes.
I would say yes.
Yes. Absolutely. A man can walk into his house and he's been beat down by the entire world. And then he comes in and the kids are saying, "Daddy, daddy, daddy."
Yeah.
And he's going to be like, just chill. Whereas for me, like, I'm calling my man. Any inconvenience, the tire at the petrol station. Can you believe this just happened? Why did this just happen? Even things I know how to handle myself, I'm still going to. Obviously, if he's a safe man and he makes you feel safe, right?
That's what men
But
do.
it's
But
not
again,
good
like
though.
coming back to the same option A and option B, the helper, the bullier. So the thing is, the helper, he won't show you what's inside him, but the bully will. He will show you what's inside him.
Yeah.
In terms of hate, in terms of anything, you will say. When a man's love, he either love you for real or he doesn't love you, and that will show on his physical, mental, emotional appearance.
Exactly.
So, men goes through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And that's fact.
But I think you guys have kind of, I know there are women who say, "Oh, open up to me," or not just women, people that say,
Yes.
"Open up to me,"
Look,
right?
I've
And then when you open up, they push you down for opening up.
I'll be honest with you. A man, when he want to talk, when he want to open, he will never open to a woman. That's not gonna happen. Because the thing is, the way we process our emotion, rage, mental, whatever we're going through, the only person would know about is another man. That's why earlier I said, you have always, especially for men, get yourself a best friend. And I'm lucky I got 3.
I would say get yourself an older, wiser person you can speak
100%,
to.
100%,
Yeah.
but you can get someone who has been fighting in the same battlefield with you. So he knows what you're going through and you're going to know what he's going through.
Like that. Going back to the genesis and the foundation. The man you are today, what are some things that shaped you from your childhood to present the man you are today to the world?
My failures, I would say that's the biggest part of my life. My failures, the rejection I've got, understanding that no is actually next opportunity. So the answer no is not that you can't do it anymore. You have to stop, you have to close the door, go back. No.
Yeah.
I understand that the answer no is actually next opportunity.
Next opportunity. I just recently heard about that.
So you're going to have to process that thing first. Understand the scenario, then go for it. But the thing is, you got to have to, again, coming back, you got to have to fall down first. But there are reasons that push you to fall down.
Yeah.
So if you can avoid it, avoid it. If you can't avoid it, just don't fall on your face.
Do you feel like you grew up with wise men around your environment as a child?
I did.
And teenager?
Yes. The thing is, I became more wiser when I came here. I used to spend a lot of time with, for example, if I was going out in the city for a coffee, I saw a homeless person, I buy myself a coffee, I buy himself a coffee, then we sit down to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So now actually knows stories. They are storytellers. And I sometimes imagine myself navigating in their story. So what would I do if I'm homeless? What are the chances? what is stopping you to get out from that zone.
Yeah.
So I always used to put me on that situation and always asking what put them there.
Yeah. What about religion though? Because anytime I meet someone, just because from the religious or the background I'm from personally with Christianity and everything, sometimes people don't know I grew up in church. I was playing piano. I was in intercession group. Like, you know, Africans, they prayer warrior. Sometimes people look at me, they can never think that, right? So when I see anyone, I always, you know, some people when they meet you, the first thing they look at is your shoes or your glasses. There's just certain things people pick out. I'm just like, I wonder if this person grew up in church or so for you.
I grew up in the very multicultural society back in Mauritius, because Mauritius is multicultural. So we got like Hindus, Muslims, Christian, Catholic, Tamil, Marathis, Chinese. Yeah, it's a big society.
Yeah.
And growing up in that society, first thing you gotta understand is, if I'm not part of that religion, I'm not part of that culture, I gotta have to respect. But that doesn't stop me from tasting the culture, from learning the culture.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So the very first thing is respect.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, the way, because I was born in the Hindu family, in the Hindu culture.
Okay.
But I became Christian. That's because my choice. 100%.
Okay.
That was a big
so
fight.
Why did you become Christian?
Because since I was a kid, again, no controversial. I respect every religion.
Yeah.
But when I was growing, when I was a kid, I always had an imaginary friend, which was Christ. I always share my sad stories.
Yeah.
I always cry on the bed. When I was crying in the bed, that was the only name that came in my mouth. I was like, okay, that means there is something's happening. So
who would you say introduced you to Christ though? Because as a child,
that
would know.
That would be a very beautiful soul. Her name was Lisha.
Yeah.
We but we went to the same high school, and she was Christian, and she introduced me to Christianity.
Yeah.
And fortunately, her uncle was a pastor, and I got to understand, I got to learn what is Christianity.
Cheers to her.
100%. Shout out to Lisha. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisha.
And thank you. And the thing is, so the whole family was Christian, and I was like, you know, saving my time and spending a lot of time in her zone. And guess what? She used to be my best time story. So when I was sleeping at night, we were not dating. A lot of people thought that we were dating, but there was so much love between her and me.
Of course, yeah.
That people was like, nah, these guys are dating. I was like, no. She is more like preaching me. And she used to put me in bed telling me bedtime stories about Christ.
Yeah.
So I always I remember those days I was 16, 17, 18, sleeping on the bed, on the phone, the speaker was on, she was like preaching.
Yeah.
And I used to ask a question, what is love? What is Christ? What is this? What is that? And she used to use the biblical history.
Yeah.
And she used to use the biblical stories and, just put it that into my eyes, ears, eyes, everything. And I used to have that movie process inside me. And I watched the movie Passion of Christ.
Yeah.
And after watching Passion of Christ, I was like, look, dude, no matter what you're going to tell me, my mind's not going to change. Christ is Lord. Christ is King.
So putting yourself aside, right? And just generally speaking, do you think most young men or young men in general should be introduced to, whether it's Christianity, Hinduism, Islam? Do you think that there's a major difference between a young man who's grown up in genuine, religion, and a man who does not know, has never heard? Yeah. And what do you think those differences
are? Because somehow there is a starting point, and that starting point come from those culture. So everything is culture. So culture is more like respecting.
Yeah.
Growing with the family, respecting your cousin, respecting your sister, respecting your mother. At a certain point, we got prayers to do. You have to be involved in the prayers. You have to be present in the prayers. Sometimes when, for example, in Hindu culture, we got a lot of prayers. You have to be involved. You have to serve the people.
Yeah.
You have to be present during the ritual.
I do agree. Growing up in church or religion, you understand serving.
It's a formation.
You understand what serving is more.
It's a formation.
Than I think people that didn't grow up in that.
And it's formation.
Just because, obviously, like for me as a Christian personally, it's not about self, right?
No.
It's not about being selfish. Love is about others.
Again, Jesus was serving people.
Exactly.
He's a king. He was serving people. So you learn from it. Serve.
So that's why, like, with the pastors out there that want to be served too much. Did you see Drewski? Yeah. Okay, this wasn't part of it, but we can get into that. What do you think about that?
Let's say you need a clown in the circus. If there's no clown in the circus, you're not going to be entertained.
Because it's been a circus in these churches. You know the part where Drewski was flying down? Like most people who haven't seen these pastors, they would think that's an exaggeration. But there's an actual video of a pastor in church flying down.
No, the thing is, what I've learned from my point of view is he's teaching you something. That don't go for those illusion pastors.
And people were saying, he's mocking God. He's not mocking God.
No.
He's mocking the people that are mocking God.
100%.
That is
You're
the
not
major
powerful.
difference.
Some people gonna understand it. You're not powerful to mock God.
Yeah.
You cannot mock the creator. He's a creator.
Yeah.
You think you're mocking him. You cannot do that.
Yeah, exactly.
No. But like I said, again, there is no fun going in a circus without watching the clowns.
Absolutely.
So in the circus, you can find everything.
Yeah.
You can see a clown, you can see the ringmaster, you can see people doing stunt, you can see the lion sitting on the table, on the chair, whatever. But the only thing you can't see in the circus is the wolf.
The wolf?
The wolf.
Why?
You can't see wolf.
Why can't you see a wolf?
Because that's pack. That's solid. That's the mentality is different.
Oh, right.
So that's why sometimes when you think you're going to think like a wolf. A lion is powerful. A lion is powerful. But what will be the use of being a lion when you perform in the circus?
Yeah.
You're downgrading yourself.
I think for me, I just feel really bad for the young men out there that are maybe, chasing community. They want to find community and they go to certain churches or communities that are led by men who are wanting to be served, right? So coming into the topic of depression and the causes of depression in men, actually, specifically, maybe 3 things. Like, what do you think are the main causes of depression?
Childhood trauma. That will be the main one. Childhood trauma. The second one would be very first breakup. Because it's all related. And the third one would be financial support.
Yeah.
That's the third stage. The first stage is childhood trauma.
But if you could say which one is the worst?
Worse?
Yeah.
The first one.
Financial?
No, the first one.
Oh, okay.
Because this is where you start breaking yourself. So when you break yourself, childhood trauma, when you grow up with that trauma.
Yeah.
And when you have your first love, that story, this is where a man,
breaks.
especially I'm talking about a man. I'm talking about a man, okay? You open yourself to a person that you think gonna heal you. And you give your 100%.
Yeah.
You give your 100%. But at the end of the day, you get your heart broken by that person.
And then other women get a different version of that man.
So so this is how the story built. So now when you get your heart broken from your first breakup, this is where a man goes down.
But the thing is, though, men need to understand, though, yes, your first girlfriend at 17 broke your heart, but you cannot be a 43-year-old who's holding on to that. You don't want to grow. You don't want to. No.
This is a part. 43 years old.
Yeah,
you don't want to be a
Some
man.
men literally will be like,
they're weak.
Samantha from high school, she broke my heart,
they're
man.
weak.
Like,
I got my heart broken when I was high school, and today I thank her. Thank you for that process.
Exactly. So this is
I appreciate what she did for me. I appreciate the good moment I had with her. Yes, I got my heart broken. That was the first time in high school.
Yeah.
But I've learned from it. I'm going to grow for it. I can't just blame that girl for it. I can't just carry that blaming with me until I'm 30, 35, 40. Then I'm not a man.
Exactly.
I am not.
You was a scrub.
Yo. I'm presenting myself as a weak person.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Like I say, no matter what, at the end of the day, you got two choices. Either it's yes or no. If it's yes, good. If it's no, don't fall into that deep hole.
Yeah. I would say personally, I think, I don't like this whole thing, men versus women or men and women, right?
No.
But
I'll be honest with you.
obviously, we only have...
The man versus woman, that's weak people who build it up.
Yeah.
That's weak people who breed out of the table, out of the light. Men or women are meant to be part of a team, a solid team.
Exactly.
That's why we had in the very first thing in the Bible, they say Adam and Eve, they were teammates.
Yeah, but if we were to compare how men deal with depression, though, I think it's in a very toxic way.
Very.
Like it's self-sabotaging. The rates of suicide, which we're going to get into after, the rates of suicide are much higher. Women, most likely, even if a woman wants to kill herself, she might hold a gun to her head and then not do it.
Think twice before doing it.
Women kill themselves in like nicer ways. Like, you know, a man's gonna hold a gun and boom.
Now that's
you know what I mean?
That's the difference between men and women. Again, no controversial. No, I'm not being like racist, or I'm not judging both races, but sexist or whatever. For men, once we hold the gun, the decision's already made.
Yeah.
It's already made.
If a man decides to kill himself,
for a woman holding the gun, before it took, for example, if it took us 5 seconds to bring the gun on the head, in between the 5 seconds, there is so many yes, no, yes, no, and yes, no, yes, no.
Yeah, no, I only laughed because I was thinking of myself. I'm like, if I was holding a gun, I'd just be there.
100%.
I'm not doing it.
100%. We don't think, we just do it.
You know what I mean? I think men kill themselves or unalive themselves in very
Again, we're
violent.
not promoting any ways of suicidal. The gun one was just like an example.
No.
So don't.
Men unalive themselves in very violent ways.
Yeah, because like again, we carry that mentality, that warrior mentality. You know, if you put us in a battlefield, if we have orders, we will execute the orders without thinking. Whereas a woman look good on the throne.
Nurturing and
a man look good, a real man look good on the battlefield. And every time we step in the battlefield, we pray to die as a warrior.
Yeah.
That's
I
why.
think it's a thing with honor. So like a man would rather, if I'm going, I have to go in this way.
So we grew up and we build up that kind of mentality till now, but some people does not really realize this.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's the saddest part of it. But now coming back to the depression that lead men to take their own life is very, very unpleasant.
Yeah.
But like I said, again, that starts in a childhood trauma. If you don't have anyone talking, if you do not open yourself to someone, that will eat you inside. I was in the situation before, where I faced trauma and depression, but my depression was different from those suicidal one. My depression for me was heavy because it's part of my story. But at a point, look, I'm going to tell you a secret what I do. I talk to myself in the mirror every day. I talk to myself. So some people think I'm crazy. But I do question myself and I do answer myself. So that was a way of me to crawl out of that deep water and came out to the shallow water. And like I say, I am blessed to have 3 best friends. First one, I talk about my strengths. Yeah. So he knows my strengths. The second one, he talk about ideas with me. And the third one, emotion. This is the most important one, the emotion part. Because we, as a man, we can look tough. We can look strong. We can look like a Hulk.
Yeah.
Okay?
Inside.
Even a Hulk, at the end of the day, he has to become Bruce.
Yeah.
He has to become Bruce Banner. He's not a Hulk all the time. So it shows you that a man can be strong, but in his weak point, he need
Yeah.
someone to lift him up.
Yeah.
So I would say those men who was unlucky finding a helper, finding another voice,
Yeah. But
they end up.
so for you, before, like you mentioned, the 3 friends that you have, for this and that, there's also the phase before that where it's the blow up phase, right? And you're angry and you just want to fire up the whole world, right? How was that like for you? And what did you do to cope and kind of get yourself out of that?
Let's say when the explosion exploded.
The explosion, that's the word, yeah.
I felt myself very lonely. I wanted to talk to my parents, but I could not, because talking to their parents, bringing your problem on the table to them would be, for a man, would be, I don't have a pride. So man has a pride where, pride and ego, especially ego, where we feel that, nah, I can face it. Nah, I can face it. Nah, I can face it. Hey, it's good to be weak. If you were strong yesterday, today it's good to be weak, buddy. Come on. But that part, that it's good to be weak, helped me a lot. If I kept my ego on, I'd be like, no, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, even though if I lose my life.
Yeah. So when it comes to contributing to the depression that men now have or carry, do you think fathers or mothers contribute that more to young boys?
Yes, because they witness.
Which one?
Both.
Really?
Yeah, they witness their marriage when there was a child.
I feel like a lot of men have daddy issues.
That's
more
the major
than
one.
mommy issues.
That's the major one. That's the major one. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Daddy issues.
So daddy issues more than...
Daddy issues is more than... Because you got to understand that our dad was raised in an golden era, old school era. And we are raised in the new generation. And with the new generation, there's new development.
Yeah.
But their mentality, again, ego. Their mentality is so strong, so stiff. I want you to do this because I've been doing this.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you do this because you didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
I have the choice choosing between A and B. So let me explode my choice.
Yeah.
So it becomes more of a daddy issues when he push you to choose his opinion.
Right. But let me just say though, the difference and dangers, the levels of dangers between a man who has daddy issues and a man who has mommy issues. The one with mommy issues are the worst.
100%, because they speak with emotion.
Yeah, the percentage of the men with daddy issues is higher, but when you meet the ones with mommy issues, they are the worst. They hate women, they hate men, they hate everybody, because people don't expect the mother to be the one who hurt you, because mothers are known to be
the one with the daddy issues, they grew up with rage. They grew up with rage. The one with mommy issues, they grew up with emotional.
Ooh.
So there's two different things. But as a man, if you're not able to control your emotion, this is where you unleash yourself. But a man growing up with rage, he understands.
Yeah.
Especially, again, when I grew up, my dad put me in sport.
Yeah.
I was doing jiu-jitsu. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for 12 years.
Period.
I'm a black belt.
Period.
And shout out to my sensei, Sadulwa. I love you, late Sadulwa. Now he's not here. He's in heaven.
Oh, shout out still.
No, shout out. Of course, 100%.
Still.
But I grew up with that daddy issue rage. And I used to unleash my rage every Sunday. That was my training session.
Yeah.
And when I came back home, I was a new person.
I love that.
So lucky me, I found out a way how to unleash what was bothering me. And this is where I found my first best friend.
Yeah. I love that.
So this is where I was, no, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Whenever I see his face, I used to be like, turn out to be red as a bull.
Yeah.
I used to beat the shit out of him during training. And this is where our friendship grew stronger.
I really want to have like a boxing session where I just
100%.
scream.
So
I started boxing recently. But I want to like having
Unleash.
a boxing, I want to have a boxing and just scream.
Yeah.
Or like I seen on TV once where you can just go somewhere and you just break plates
Break
and
glasses,
and
plates,
just
I saw
let
that.
it all out.
It is useful.
Very useful.
So every time, for example, Monday to Saturday, I used to witness a lot of rages. I used to carry a lot of rages on a Sunday. So the Sunday session training was like my church.
Yeah.
And I used to unleash.
Like that.
I used to unleash the rage that I have.
Yeah.
I used to come home with broken face, broken lips, broken nose, and I loved it.
Yeah.
My mom, when she see me, was like, "What the fuck is happening? You're not going to you're not going ever." I was like, "Mom,
I'm going back.
I love it."
Nah, I love that.
That was for me. That was the primary escape from that depression. And I used to chat with my sensei. He used to give me lots of advice how to deal with my rage. So every time I witness situation in my house, and that put me in a situation where I was like full on rage, what I was doing, I was closing my door and start doing push-ups.
I love
until
that. You
I
gotta
cannot.
find your ways,
Until I can't. Until like, all right, I got no energy for rage now. So back to sleep.
I love
So
that.
I had and I have a way of removing my rage.
Yeah.
But that was me. Out of 100, one.
Yeah.
What about the 99?
Exactly. And that's why we're here today because, we're going to get into more of
That's what I say.
us.
Whenever I go to the gym, I don't train to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
I don't train to build up muscle. I go to train to unleash what rage I have inside because I feel good.
Like that. So, sorry to cut you. We are going to get into something very sensitive, which is suicide. Like kind of touch base on that a little bit. So it's sensitive but comfortable. I wanted to ask very serious question.
Go.
Do you think, personally, first of all, why is it important for us to discuss suicide today?
Because the rates keep going up.
Exactly.
And there is, people are not aware that the stupidity they're doing is leading them to lose their life.
Yeah.
And who is suffering are the parents and the close one. So once you take your life, you're done.
Yeah.
You're not here, bro. You're not here. But the legacy you leave behind you, the suffering you leave, this causes damage to your kids. So you're preparing another depression situation for your kids.
Exactly.
Instead of fighting it.
Yeah. So you know how you said before that, you're talking about how strong men are and everything like that. And, women can go through childbirth, right? And people praise women a lot for how strong they are mentally.
Indeed.
Right? But men just physically stronger, everything, 100%. Right?
100%.
Like even the fastest woman could verse the 50th or maybe the 10th fastest man and he would still possibly win, right? So do you personally think that men are dying by suicide more because they are mentally weaker than women?
100%. In that situation, I'll tell you what, again, not being sexist, men are physically more than women, physically strong more than women, and women are more emotionally strong.
Yeah.
You can't. Women's emotion, how they handle it, wow. It's another level.
Yeah.
Another level. Man, the trauma that women goes when they give birth, when they put a life in this world.
Yeah. Absolutely.
My best friend just got a baby like 2 months ago, and he used to be a male alpha. Me and him, when we are in the room, two biggest male alpha, we would fight each other.
Yeah.
To see who is the biggest one. But we push each other. He told me, dude, I was in the emergency room when my missus was giving birth. I can bench press 150 kilo. I can deadlift 120 kilo.
Yeah.
I can squat 200 kilo. But what I've saw.
Absolutely.
Or like, bro.
No, absolutely.
I can't go through that.
You know, one thing I realized, like, example, a single mother, there's too many single mothers, right? And who makes them single mothers? Men, obviously. But that's a story for another day. We can get into it. But my point is for bringing that up is there are amazing single fathers out there. But majority of them would be like, oh, she left me. Can you believe she left me?
They're still going to be complaining.
Women can be single mothers and say, you know what? As long as I'm alive for my children, that's the most important thing. And they can...
That's what my mother always tell me. I'm alive because of you.
Yeah.
And your sister.
Yeah.
But
shout out to women. I know we're talking about men today, but shout out to women because they'll be holding it
100%,
down.
man, 100%. Like
I love it. But
they are gift. They are gift.
We are going to dive into.
That's what I say. Nobody can take a place of a woman. I'm serious about it.
We have women here, so
100%.
Shout out to you guys. It's just so happy. Okay, we got quite deep. Let's take it back up and get fun. So we are having a heartbreak segment, right? Okay. So I've got a few heartbreak scenarios and a few viewers have sent in the scenarios and obviously I'm gonna give you the honors.
Give me that. I'll tell you
for you to give advice,
Okay, I'll give you my advice. I'm not a big advisor, but look, I got my heart broken too.
We got the wise uncle here. So, you ready?
Let's go.
Okay. This is Mackenzie and Friends Heartbreak Hotline. Okay. Hey, my name's Daniel. I'm 29. I've been in this relationship for almost 3 years. From the beginning, I stepped into the provider role. I paid rent, groceries, bills, holidays, all of it. I never complained. I actually felt proud of it. I thought that was love. Then she tells me she's been feeling disconnected for a long time. A week later, she leaves. What I don't get is if I was showing up, providing, being consistent, how was that not enough?
So shout out to Daniel. Daniel, again, you as a provider, don't put your ego in that scenario. I'm a provider of the house. Women are like flowers. For example, women are like roses. You should know how to handle the rose. If you handle it wrongly, you're going to get yourself pinched by thorns. If you handle it too strong, you're going to drop all the petals. So women, what they want is, bro, you can bring everything in front of them. You can even bring the moon on their feet. But what they actually need is emotional support and emotional love. You might be a supporter. You might be a provider. But you're going to understand something.
You got that, Daniel?
Woman, what they need is love and affection. If she's the right one for you, she will stay with you.
Yeah.
If not, she's just a passenger. She's a traveler. So Daniel, no matter what's happening on your life right now, brother, I'm not saying you did a good job. You did a good job. But now, just be a romantic person.
Period. So
you're going to be a romantic person. Just be a romantic person. And you see how your life going to change and you're going to change the life of your partner.
That part. We have number 2. Hi, this is Marcus. I didn't rush commitment. I believed in taking my time. I was seeing this girl for a while. No labels, no pressure. She asked where it was going. And I told her to just enjoy what we had.
100%.
Then one day, she just stopped talking to me. Now people are telling me I was emotionally unavailable and taking too long. But I don't see it that way. I was just being careful. Was I actually doing something wrong?
Marcus,
Marcus,
brother, you're going to understand one thing. You said you were taking your time, but was she taking her time?
No.
If you're going through a hard thing, you're going to be a healer first to yourself. Once you're a healer, you can be a provider.
Yeah.
Because again, you're going to understand something that women, what they want is being secure,
Yeah.
being in a place, in a zone where they get a title, and just be there for them.
But the thing is, when it says I was seeing this girl, what is seeing this girl, right?
You're going to have to define what is seeing this girl.
I didn't rush commitment.
100%.
So I'm assuming seeing this girl is sex involved, maybe going out for food, drinks, whatever,
Look,
right? So seeing people and then...
I'm gonna be honest with you. Once a woman open up her emotion in terms of emotion or in terms of sex, they're already giving you something.
Yeah.
And you're gonna understand that once they're giving you this, you're gonna respect them. Communication.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell them, look, if this is not working, it's not working. If this is working, it's working.
Sorry.
And you're like,
I didn't
you're
know.
like ducking down.
I didn't realize to be douche. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'd say, Marcus, you got choices to do.
Yeah.
If you're seeing someone, in your mind, you'd seeing someone, but you gotta understand the mind of the other person
And
as well.
communicate. People don't communicate.
Communication is the first.
It feels uncomfortable to talk, oh, what is this? But you need to know where you're going in this day and age. People, And then we have the next one. Hi, my name is James. I've always believed women are gold diggers. Oh, okay. First of all, men that say I believe women are gold diggers, you don't even have gold.
What are you digging for?
Where's the gold? Right? Where is the gold?
Okay.
I've always believed women are gold diggers. So I tested my girlfriend. I never paid for dates, split everything, no gifts. I told myself if she really loves me, money shouldn't matter. After a year, she said she felt unappreciated and supported.
She will.
And unsupported.
100%.
Then she left. Now she's telling people I didn't put an effort or care, but I thought I was protecting myself. You stingy. Anyways, I'll let you answer.
My brother James, listen carefully. All right, I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, that's gonna be the lamest example, but it is at least you're gonna understand something. In the sea, in the ocean, there's lot kind of fish.
Yeah.
There's not just shark. Gold diggers are like shark. Okay, if you're fishing in an area where there's only shark, what's gonna happen? You're gonna get shark in the net.
Yeah.
Change your position, change your perspective, change your mindset first.
Absolutely.
You're gonna change your mindset first.
Yeah.
When you say women are gold diggers, not in 100%, not everyone is. You might say
Exactly.
5%. Yeah, just stay away from them.
Yeah.
Just
Literally.
stay away from them.
Literally.
Because the thing, what you're doing is you're putting everybody in the same basket and carry them. So that's gonna affect you
Yeah.
because you're losing trust in yourself first.
You heard that.
Man, that's the thing. If you're a man, you gotta have to be a romantic person. If you're going on a date, be a gentleman. Pay for the bills.
Yeah.
1 time, 2 time, pay for the bills. That doesn't mean like after
And
the first
a
date, I'm
woman
gonna have
who
to put her on my
loves
bed.
you-
That doesn't mean that.
A woman who loves you would naturally want to do things for you.
I'm so blessed.
You know,
I tell you what, I am so blessed. I'm 30 and I met my missus when I was 28. We've been seeing each other for 2 years now.
wait, you how old?
I'm 30.
I thought you were like 45.
I look 45.
I'm joking.
I'm a vampire. I look like,
No, I'm joking.
I'm a vampire. That's why. No.
That's a joke.
For real?
That's a joke. That's a joke. Oh my gosh.
That's the thing. You got to understand, you got to pray first. Pray for someone
yeah.
and you will receive it as a blessing.
Yeah.
Once you get that person, man, my life changed, bro. My life changed.
Congrats to you on
It's beautiful.
your beautiful missus
It's
and everything.
beautiful. It's beautiful. I get to be myself with
taken.
that person. I'm 100%.
Put the thing.
I'm
no,
taken.
do that. She's gonna be proud.
I'm taken. And guess what? She's Italian.
Oh yes.
So I can't mess around.
I love that.
that's chicky bang bang.
I love that. Thank
No.
you so much for coming on here today. I really appreciate it. And I'm so glad we got to dive into a lot of things. And I wish we had more time to really get into stuff.
Yeah.
But before we get into the closing statements and everything, I just want to give you the floor, you know, reflecting back on the depression segment, suicide, childhood. Is there anything about your story? Is there anything about who you are like that you want to?
100%. Look, if you're suffering from something, don't keep it for yourself. Find a way. For me,
Yeah.
like for me, I find a way how to remove my rage. Because if I show my missus the rage, their house won't have peace. Find yourself a good, trustworthy friend
Yeah.
where you can share your situation and give you solution
Yeah.
for your trouble, for your problem. Because the thing is, every problem that is born with you, the solution is born with it. But you get blind to see it because
The
there's so
solution is
many
born with
illusion. Every solution,
there.
100%, but you don't see it.
We go
But-
for everything but the solution. We're like, solution, blind, and
You're
then,
blind to it. That's why you
Yeah.
need someone to talk. When you talk, you're giving your problem. The person listening gonna give you an answer.
That's deep.
That's
yeah.
not his answer. That's your own answer
That's deep.
from your own scenario.
Yeah.
So do that. Find yourself a good friend, a best friend to talk to. If you have a missus, love her like you loved your mom
Yeah.
because she's gonna be a mom of your kids. So prepare her to be that person. Yes. Being a father is not just like 5 minutes on the bed and you get her pregnant. Being father is a formation of making her a good mother before, even though when she was pregnant, before giving birth.
And when you say that, I just want to quickly also give some advice to women to really try and avoid the type of men that, because you know, men most of the time they can marry a woman not because of love, right? So avoid the type of man that is having kids with you because he wants kids, right? And you give him kids, and after that, you're just a carrier. Marry a man that actually loves you and wants you to be the mother of his children, right? And puts you up there. Otherwise, you're just a vessel. That's literally how some men...
I would say, yeah, you got a point. But I would say for a woman out there, find yourself a man who is romantic. Because he gonna respect you.
Yeah.
And when your kid's gonna see that, your kid's gonna grow in a house where there's respect and love. And this is how you protect your kids.
Period.
That's the thing. So man or woman, my biggest advice would be would be like, find yourself a lover. A lover.
I love it.
That's all. You gotta be a lover. You gotta love
I love that.
without expecting anything.
love
So
that.
for all the men out here, for all the women out there, be a lover without expecting love.
Period.
Simple.
I love that.
Simple.
So where can the people find you on Instagram?
I bet you're gonna tag me on that post. So
Yeah, I am definitely gonna do that.
My IG profile is Surya Keshav, so you can find me there. And feel free to send me a text. Feel free to
Absolutely.
talk to me. Look, I'm not a therapist. I haven't graduated from that field, but I have graduated from my own problems.
Yeah.
So based on my problems, I can tell you
Absolutely.
some solution,
Yeah.
which can be helpful.
Absolutely.
You know, if you need a glass of water, I'm there for you. If
Or you need to go for a session and release.
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
Get yourself to the gym. And going to the gym doesn't mean that you need to be a bodybuilder. You need to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Nah, man. Arnold is Arnold.
Yeah.
Be yourself, brother.
Exactly.
And very first thing I'm gonna tell the man is love yourself first. Even for women as well. You gotta love yourself. If you don't love yourself enough, if you don't know yourself enough, that's why you make the wrong choices. Because you don't even know what you want.
Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
moment you know what you want, the moment you love yourself, you've polished yourself, you've get out of your problems, you've been a healer to your story, you know what you want. That's
You gotta
all.
clock that. No, this one.
What's that? I said,
It's like clock it. It's like period. So once again, thank you so much, Keshav.
thank you for having me here. It was like
really,
wonderful,
really-
like it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Where I feel that my opinion could be helpful.
Yes.
Not to 100%, but maybe 0.5 or 5% of the population. That would be dope. That would be dope.
Lovely.
100%.
And we're gonna do the tagline where we're closing. Let's get messy.
Let's
Ready?
get messy.
1, 2, 3.
Let's get messy.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Mackenzie and Friends. And
Shout out to my cousin and friends.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.